Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It is Inktober day 16, which means that officially we have reached the actual halfway point for this month. Going strong, another 15 days to go and then we got this. So 2 weeks pretty much is nothing. We got this. But anyways, I wanted to show you guys at the beginning here how I kind of mix my ink for doing this Galaxy color. So I do put a bunch of water in individual palettes and then I add a few drops. I think today I started, because I already knew I wanted darker pigment, I started with 3 drops of each color in each of their own pans of the teal India ink, the magenta, and the purple lake. Now, the teal and the magenta are both Dr. P.H. Martin's Bombay India ink, and the purple lake is FW acrylic ink. So it's a different texture, but still a lot of fun to use. And with that, I started off with 3 drops and then realized I needed at least one more of each to kind of get the darker tone that I was hoping for, because like I had mentioned yesterday, I wanted to gradually increase the amount of color and the darkness of the Galaxy design. So that's why I chose to add a little bit more pigment and get the right color tone that I wanted. So I did decide today to go with a profile for the image itself, or profile view, as I should correct myself. But it was a lot of fun. I don't do profiles very often, as I more so will like doodle them and draw them. And I sent it to my Patreon Discord and got the suggestion to use the profile, so I decided to go ahead and go with it and just kind of have fun with it and see how it turned out. And I'm really happy with this piece. I actually took a little bit of a different direction in the sense of I didn't use any black ink today. I straight up only used the teal, the magenta, and the purple lake, along with the white bleed proof ink. Now I do use a Tombow black calligraphy brush pen for some little details, and I also use a purple Bic ballpoint pen. So, and I know that's kind of random because I haven't used any ballpoint pens yet throughout Inktober, but when I actually started doing Inktober, I originally started just using ballpoint pens because I didn't really have any inks and I was more so experimenting, and I used to love drawing in ballpoint. So you will see that with this piece I actually do 2 layers running through with this ink, and I kind of love the way that I did that because the first layer I think came out really nice, but it was a bit softer than I wanted to, so running over it with a second layer kind of added a little bit of extra depth, and I feel really deepened the color the way that I was hoping it would. And then to add the kind of contrast that I wanted without using any black ink today, I decided more so to do kind of a faint pastel-y mix of the colors for the skin tone. So kind of tying in all the Galaxy feel even into her skin in a way. And I think it kind of brought it together really nice. It made it really soft and a little more subtle. And to sharpen up some of those edges, that's where I went in with the ballpoint pen and kind of just highlighted some of the lines that I wanted to be a little bit deeper. But I think overall, just using the nice soft colors and mixing them together to create the kind of shadows and dimensions that I wanted to for the skin, it helped out a lot. And here you can see I'm using that ballpoint pen now to kind of highlight like her nostril, some of the darker points on her face, on her eyelashes, because eyelashes are always going to be kind of a super dark tone compared to everything else. I remember something I've kind of kept with me for a long point in time is that the parts on your face or like in your pieces that should be almost like the shadowed the most or the blackest in a way as far as negative color is the creases on the side of your mouth, your nostrils, and then your eyelashes. And that's something that's kind of stuck with me, and that's something that I've kind of just continued to do. And I love the way that it works. And it's one of those things that flows, I think. And going on with the rest of this piece, I decided instead of doing the big floral petals today with the leaves, that I would do little mini ones. So that's where I use the Tombow calligraphy brush pen to really get some nice, like, kind of subtle line work in, and allow the leaves to kind of wrap her body and have a nice kind of simple effect. I didn't know what I was going to do originally. I knew I wanted some kind of black contrast in there, but I didn't want too much because after I had painted, I honestly loved the way everything was super soft in this piece, but still wanted to have something that kind of stood out and was a little bit different. So that was kind of the direction that I went in, and I liked the way that it turned out, and I tried to kind of have everything flow together, and I love it. I love doing galaxies with India ink. It's such a tricky, fun thing to play with, because if you guys have been experimenting or trying any of this out, you'll notice that the pigment with India ink is there once you lay it. It's not like with watercolor where you can kind of lift some of the pigment with some like clear water or some clean water. There is no lifting the pigment, unfortunately. So it's kind of one of those, like, once you go, you just can't stop. And I mean, you can to an extent soften some of the pigment, but even then, once it gets in there, it's there. There's no blending it. There's no really changing it. So you have to work really fast. And I think that's what I love, is it's just like, once you start, there's no stopping. You just gotta go, go, go. But I think she came out super lovely, and I absolutely love the deepened galaxy tones for her hair and the way that it all kind of ties together. And I love, like, I was hesitant to do all the dots everywhere, but I think it worked out all together. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you so much for watching. You guys are wonderful, and I appreciate you all so much. And of course, I will see you guys in the next video. Take it easy and have a fantastic day.